सिंह है शान,
सिंह है शान,
सिंह मान है,
सिंह है मान,
सरदारां दी बखरी शान,
सरदारां दी वखरी है शान, सिंह सब दी अणख
ਇੱਥੇ ਦਾ ਮੀਂਹ ਆ ਜਾਵੇ snow ਆ ਜਾਵੇ we don't need a family man please we don't need from the people that are priority
ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ 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 ਪਲ ਯਾਦ ਕਰਾਂ ਮੈਂ ਤੈਨੂੰ ਹੋਰ ਨਾ ਦਿਸੇ ਸਹਾਰਾ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਪਲ ਯਾਦ ਕਰਾਂ ਮੈਂ ਤੈਨੂੰ ਹੋਰ ਨਾ ਦਿਸੇ ਸਹਾਰਾ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਜਗ ਦੀ ਕੋਈ ਸੰਕਟ ਆਵੇ ਦੇ ਕੇ ਹੱਥ ਬਚਾਈ ਤੂੰ ਮੇਰਾ ਰਾਖਾ ਸਭਨੀ ਥਾਈ ਤੂੰ ਮੇਰਾ ਰਾਖਾ ਸਭਨੀ ਥਾਈ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਨਾਮ ਤੇਰੇ ਦਾ ਰੰਗ ਹੈ ਚੜਿਆ ਦਾਤਾ ਤੇਰਾ ਪੱਲਾ ਫੜਿਆ ਨਾਮ ਤੇਰੇ ਦਾ ਰੰਗ ਹੈ ਚੜਿਆ ਦਾਤਾ ਤੇਰਾ ਪੱਲਾ ਫੜਿਆ ਔਗਣ ਹਾਰਨ ਮਾਣੇ ਤਾਈ ਔਗਣ ਹਾਰਨ ਮਾਣੇ ਤਾਈ ਹਾੜਾ ਛੱਡ ਨਾ ਜਾਈ ਤੂੰ ਮੇਰਾ ਰਾਖਾ ਸਭਨੀ ਥਾਈ ਤੂੰ ਮੇਰਾ ਰਾਖਾ ਸਭਨੀ ਥਾਈ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਤੇਰੇ ਬਾਝ ਨਹੀਂ ਸਰਦਾ ਮੈਂ ਹਾਂ ਕੁਕਰ ਤੇਰੇ ਦਰਦਾ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਤੇਰੇ ਬਾਝ ਨਹੀਂ ਸਰਦਾ ਮੈਂ ਹਾਂ ਕੁਕਰ ਤੇਰੇ ਦਰਦਾ ਤੇਰਾ ਦਰ ਨਹੀਂ ਛੱਡਣਾ ਭਾਵੇਂ ਤੇਰਾ ਦਰ ਨਹੀਂ ਛੱਡਣਾ ਭਾਵੇਂ ਝਮਕਾ ਮਾਰ ਪੁਜਾਈ ਤੂੰ ਮੇਰਾ ਰਾਖਾ ਸਭਨੀ ਥਾਈ ਤੂੰ ਮੇਰਾ ਰਾਖਾ ਸਭਨੀ ਥਾਈ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਅਬ ਜਲ ਪਾਰ ਕਰਾ ਦੇ ਮਾਲਕਾ
Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh. Welcome to Heart in the Community, the show that gives you the real stories, the real journeys. We have some great people on this show. As you've supported in previous shows, and I'm sure you're going to support in this show, we've got some real dedicated guests, some real passionate, hard-working Sevadars with us. Amandeep Singh and Gurinder Kaur from Midland Langar Seva Society. Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh. The words dedication, passion, commitment, and taking time out of their daily routine, their daily work, family circle. Thonu pata ya bi jumbawariyan sade ko sareyan ko a, you know, every day we're busy within our circles, within our life, our family, friendship, hobbies, but taking time out to do charitable work is something that is a necessity, especially in our faith, our Sikh religion. We kende kirth karni, vand ke shakana, it's a necessity, and these guys, you know, are great role models. We asked them a few weeks ago, we need to get you guys on the show and talk about the great Seva you and the team Midland Langar Seva Society are doing, and they were like, Baji, you know, we just want to be doing the Seva. And I said, listen, you need to come on the show and talk about the journey. Amandeep Singh, I'm right. You know, we need to have these stories on the screen, so jede naujawan a kare bethe jede hun dekhde a show nu, they need to be inspired by role models like yourself, role models like the whole team that are doing great Seva. Midland Langar Seva Society, you know, it's a name, the logo, I see you always on the social media sites, you know, there's a homeless feed here in Birmingham, there's a homeless feed going on in Coventry, you know, tusi ta sare passe, you know, you're doing the deed. And where did it all start, and how did it all start?
Well, first of all, thank you for such an honourable introduction there as well, and a big thank you for having us on the show. It started really, one of the founders is Ranveer Singh, who couldn't make it here today, so he's put me here in his place. So I'm really telling the story on his behalf. Ranveer Singh started in 2013 in October, and I think he went through a phase where he thought, you know what, we're into Sikhi, he was on the path, and now it's time to start doing something, start to build a community, pull people together, and you know, let's start to do something. And we remembered back when we were younger, we grew up from Warsaw, Kaldma Gurdwara. There's a Gyani Baba Balwant Singh, who was one of the first head granthis of our Gurdwara. And when we were younger, we would see him go take langar from the Gurdwara, jira bhi bachda si rehda si, and he'd say to people in the community, local people, "Minnu na utte town nu leke jao," and they'd take him to the town, and he'd start feeding people just there. He's like, "Jira bachda hai si, itto sitna ka to main de dunga kite." And slowly, he also started taking it to the prisons. And when we were younger, I suppose we didn't quite understand, ki why is he doing this? Ki karna? All we thought was, "Chal leke challa ya." He's took it to town. He's took it here to do. And I think, you know, that's something that had been instilled within us, you know, as part of our growing up at the local Gurdwara, local community. And Ranveer says, well, you know, let's start something. Let's start to give something back, and let's start to provide the langar instead of just keeping it to the people that eat at the Gurdwara. Let's do what the emphasis of langar is. Let's take it back to its roots. Let's start them, let's put them forward and move on from there. So that was back in 2013, and you know, we're about 18 months strong now. So Holy, it's developed from that thought of, let's pull people together, let's bring people together, and start to look at our roots, you know, and give back to the community.
Gurinder, yourself, how did you get involved? I mean, it's always good to see females in Sikhi, you know, doing great seva, and I always try my utmost best to get the girl power, you know, especially the cause in our community to be up front and saying asiri Sikh dharam de vich aunde a, and like, you know, how did you get involved with the charity?
My husband actually attended the 24-hour sleep out that Midlands Langar Seva Society did, I think last year.
Yeah.
And from there it kind of progressed in our local town, Huddersfield, and quite a lot of the community have worked together and wanted something like this to start, but haven't actually taken that initiative to set it off. So we got to know Baji Randir and Baji Paramjit Singh.
Yeah.
They came and helped us launch the Midlands Langar Seva Society in Huddersfield, and it's been massive ever since. So
I mean, obviously Amandeep's you know, gone on to say that you know, this is how it started, and what is the aim, what is the mission for MLSS in short, for Midlands Langar Seva Society?
I think for us in Huddersfield, it's kind of to generate that community spirit across the communities, really, and just to recognise that, you know, we have something so powerful as Langar, and that, you know, it can be extended out to where it's mostly needed, and that works well for us. We're a small town with a big heart, really, and like I said, you know, we started in January, and we're hoping, you know, it's strong at the minute, and we're hoping it'll continue. That strength will continue.
I mean, we talked about this prior to the interview. You know, I mentioned towns like Birmingham, Leicester, Southall, Ilford. When we mention Sikhs, when we mention the Asian community, we come up with these towns. But you know, Huddersfield, like you said, it's a small town, but you've got a lot of hearts there. You know, you've got some great Sevadars. You've got some Lions MMA club which are involved. The founder members are Sikhs. But it's good to see Huddersfield involved too.
It is.
You know?
It is good to see. Yeah.
And Amandeep Veer, I mean, personally, why did you get involved with the charity? You know, is it something that was from within, or dekho
you know, it's a couple of things. You know, when you the people like Randir, Palmer, Mona, these you know, Munde that they were on different paths before coming into Sikhi. You know, they were all doing very, very different things, many wrong things in the past. But when you see them turn and you see them choose a path of Sikhi, and then not just the theory, not just sit there Sikhisme and just be quiet and happy with it, but then start to demonstrate it, you know, put Sikhi into action. I think that's key, you know, for Midlands Langar Seva Society. You know, it's not about the theory, it's about, you know, the naam chakna, naam, you know, japana and all that. That's internal, you know. This is the demonstration of what Sikhi is. You look at Bhai Kanhaiya, you know, when he started giving water on the battlefield, you know, he didn't see kaun keda banda aya. He saw a dil, you know, he saw a soul. And in the same way, you know, you see the likes of Rantir, Palmer and some of these other Munde that put Midlands Langar Seva together. You see them now going out there, seeing the same souls that they see on the streets, seeing the garibi that we have within, you know, on our doorstep. And, you know, and they've got that heart, they've got that compassion to say, well, we want to do something about this. We want to try and help people. And it's not just Langar now as well, you know, it's not, when there goes, and Benji will come on to mention this, when you're on a feed, it's about talking and giving that other person the opportunity just to talk, talk to you, you know what I mean?
Express, you know, their love, and maybe they've got emotions within that they need to sort of take out, and
absolutely, that's it. And you know, and like I said, you know, the Langar becomes a catalyst for somebody to come, to have a chat, to understand what's going on, not just, you know, within their own world, and you know, you start to appreciate what you have, and you start to think, you know what, this is Garibi, this is on our doorstep, and if we ignore this, then firstly, kidda de bande rahe, hai na?
Veer, you mentioned, you know, some of the guys, and I'm sure it's with a lot of organisations and generally in life. You know, I'm sat here, I'm not Mr. Perfect, we all make mistakes, you know, life is about making mistakes. Galtiyan karke banda, you know, sochda main galti ਕੀਤੀ ਹੈ ਮੈਂ ਮੋੜ ਕੇ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਰਨੀ, and I'm heading the right direction. And I think it's all about positive vibes, because there is sometimes negativity in our community. You know, वे जे कोई चंगा इंसान सेवा करदा आ, they won't say that वे ये चंगा करदा. They'll say इता अगे इदा हुंदा सी, इता अगे इदा हुंदा सी. But you know, it's about positive vibes.
Absolutely. And you know, you look at something that started off in Warsaw, Karma Gurdwara, to where we are today, where we've got locations throughout, not, you know, we're still Midland Langar Seva Society, but it's now gone national through the UK, Benji's from Huddersfield. You know, we've got other, so that seed has inspired other people now to start to say, well, hold on, this Gurdwara isn't just a building that we attend on a weekly basis. Let's use it, let's get people together and you know, and help. Benji can tell you about a bit the community spirit they've got now in Huddersfield.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, Grindacore, you know, what Amandeep Reed's just mentioned is like, you know, maybe it's also a good platform for Najwan to get into and come into Sikhi.
Oh yes, definitely. I mean, you know, I'm your typical, I work full time, I've got a young family, you know, I'm on a journey. Can't tell you which stage of that journey I'm currently at, but you know, I'm learning things every day. I'm working with the elder generation as well, you know, in the Gurdwara, and you know, they're opening our eyes to lots of different things. Sadhya Mama, you know, how they work, you know, lifting patile all day long, making langar for everybody. We kind of don't appreciate that aspect of it. We turn up, you know, we do what we need to do at the Gurugar, and then we sit and have langar. But you know, the strength behind our women is massive, and for my generation to recognise that and to learn aspects of that is huge for what we can pass on to the next generation and the next generation. So not only are we giving to the community, but we're also giving back to our community at the same time, something that's been around for generations that potentially could be lost because my generation are too busy to kind of step into it. So it's been eye-opening, it's been a little bit heart-wrenching at times, you know, sometimes the awareness isn't there as to why we want to do these things. So, you know, sometimes you find that you come across obstacles and you have to kind of work around them, or you have to give a bit more information out. But, you know, you get there in the end. You know, there's a massive buzz in our Gurugar in creating the langar that we prepare. Then there's an even bigger buzz at the missionary. You know, week on week we've stabilised that one evening with them, and you know, the people have gotten to know us that attend. There's familiarity, we recognise their stories. A lot of them started out like we are, misfortune, you know, whatever the reasons are that they're there. At the end of it, you know, it leaves you feeling like you did something that was worthwhile, and you start the next day with a fresh outlook.
Great words from a Sikh female, Sikh Sevadar from Midland Langar Seva Society, Grindacore. We're in conversation with the great Sevadars of the community, Amandeep Singh and Grindacore from Midland Langar Seva Society. You're watching Sangat Television channel 836. Don't forget, guys, you can log on to the website sangattelevision.org. You can download the app on the latest mobiles, pame iPhone hoya, pame Samsung hoya, and just watch wherever you are. So keep tuned. We're going to be back very, very shortly after the break.